Welcome to another edition of Climate and Health Outlook from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. I am Dr. Imara Joyce Nchom. The use of climate data for predicting outbreaks of infectious diseases dates as far back as 1923, when the early warning systems for diseases such as malaria was based on rainfall and temperature, among others. Associations between climatic variables such as temperature, rainfall, relative humidity, winds, and the incidence of diseases such as pneumonia, smallpox, and tuberculosis were also described at the time. The Climate and Health Outlook is a climate-smart tool used to assist the health sector and relevant stakeholders, and also raise community awareness and call for greater personal protection. Before proceeding to the outlook for the month, a quick review of the incidence of weather-induced diseases in July will suffice. In July, climatic conditions favored the emergence of some diseases such as cholera and malaria. A cholera outbreak was experienced in the country, particularly in Taraba, and lives were lost, which was caused by runoff because of heavy rainfall. Disease vigilance outlook for August. Contained in the outlook for August are mappings of areas with potential risk for diseases such as malaria, cholera, including other climate-sensitive phenomena like medication instability and heat index. These risks are of varying intensities ranging from high to moderate. Malaria. Malaria is a leading cause of illness and death, particularly in areas with high transmission rates. It has both economic and social implications and can strain the economy. Based on the predicted values of climatic indices, high vigilance is required over some parts of the country as depicted in the map here, where high vigilance required for some parts of the central cities over places like the FCT, Niger, Kaduna, Nasarawa, Taraba, to include the southern parts of the country, places like Cross River, Imo, Delta, and the southwestern parts of the country like Lagos, and moderate vigilance is required over the northern parts of the country, over places like Zamfara, Sokoto, Borno State, to include Yobe, and parts of the southwestern cities, places such as Osun and Ekiti states. Endeavor to see the doctor in the event of any illness and take medication as prescribed. Also, pregnant women are advised to take necessary measures to prevent being infected with malaria, such as sleeping under insecticide-treated mosquito nets and taking their anti-malaria prophylaxis. Cholera. Based on the predicted rainfall for August, there is a likelihood of the occurrence of cholera in some parts of the country, where high vigilance is vital for areas as depicted on the map here, areas over the northern parts of the country to include parts of the central cities, and moderate vigilance from parts of the central cities down to the coastal areas, places like Niger, Nasarawa, Enugu, and the coastal areas of the country. Advisories: frequent hand washing with soap is expedient. Then ensure proper environmental sanitation. Ensure that food and water are not contaminated. Medication instability. The projected temperature and relative humidity values across the country for August satisfy the conditions for medication instability. This is the degradation in the physical and/or chemical composition of medicines, such that high vigilance is required for cities as depicted here, also Zamfara, parts of Kebbi, to include Adamawa, Niger State, as well as Enugu in the southern parts of the country, while over other areas, moderate vigilance is required. And advisories are: more caution should be applied in areas with high vigilance threshold while transporting and storing medicines. Temperatures and humidity control and monitoring systems for transportation while storing medicines are therefore necessary. Heat index. The heat index is also known as what the temperature feels like to the human body when relative humidity is combined with the air temperature, and the projection of climate indicators show no caution for places like parts of Kaduna, Jos, to include the northern parts of the country like Katsina, as well as the southwestern parts of Nigeria. Over other areas, the caution state is required for these areas as seen in yellow coloration. Ensure you drink water or other healthy fluids to keep the body hydrated. Wear clothing that is appropriate for the weather. For further details, visit our website at www.nimet.gov.ng and our social media platforms as displayed on the screen. Once again, thank you for watching. Till we come your way next time, I am Dr. Imara Joyce Nchom. Bye.